explain about how to properly fill the electronic diversity visa form. If you fill the form in a correct way, that is one among the ways to increase your chances of winning the diversity visa. Because if you make any mistake, the mistake might cost you either to be eliminated right away, or if you win, to be denied the visa at the consular officer during the DV lottery visa interview. So you have to follow these instructions step by step. I'm going to fill this form into two ways. Number one, I will fill is single and married with no child or no any dependent. And secondly, I will fill the form as someone who is married and has children, so that you can be able to see what does that mean and how can you be able to do. And I will go thoroughly explaining each question, the reasoning behind, and why that question has been asked that way, and what is the correct answer to do. Welcome again to the official tutorial about diversity visa lottery. My name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, EBM, the founder and the CEO of the EBM Scholars. Before I continue, I would like to ask you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/EBM Scholars. And those who speak Swahili, they can go and subscribe to EBM Swahili. That is my Swahili YouTube account. Here on the YouTube channel, you will find all the information you need about diversity visa lottery. Individual questions have been answered here. So you have no reason why you have to go and answer questions which you are not supposed to answer or answer incorrectly. So let's go to the official form. When you open the diversity visa lottery, this is what will happen. Number one, you will see the DV year of that particular year. Number two, there will be photo example, photo instructions. Number three, there will be entry form, which says beginning entry. When they say beginning entry, this is the application form. You cannot be able to see the results until May 7th, 2022. That is when the results are out. So let's go ahead and click the beginning entry. When you click the beginning entry, you'll put the code which will be given. Each person will have different code, so you have to put exactly as it is written, and in most cases it will be capital letters, and you are going to put it that way. If you put incorrect, it will tell you you have put it incorrect way. This form, they say estimated burden is 30 minutes. But when you go to fill this form, basically it is not going to, if you use 30 minutes, it will not go through. So you have to use fewer minutes. So I will fill the form and we'll see what will happen if we are going to take longer minutes. What will happen when you go to submit the form, it will do the page cannot be found, that aspect. So that is when you use or you take a longer time, is because of that. If you, before you submit, it happens that way, remember you haven't submitted yet. So you have to go again and start doing another application from the beginning. So we start with the names. It depends. There are some people with more names. There are some people, remember, you start with the last name. So in this case, I'm going with my name. I put Makulilo. Assume on my passport, I have two names. So it will be Makulilo Ernest. Assume I don't have middle name. I will click no middle name. But what if I have two first names? Ernest Boniface is the first name, and maybe let's say put Stans, whatever. That is another name. So there are some people who have two first names, they don't have middle name. And there are some people, they have two middle names, they don't have maybe first name. So on the, you go and look what are your names are. When on your passport, remember you have to concentrate on your passport. The names should be written as they appear on the passport. So I'm going to give some of the examples you can be able to see. On this example, this person, the names are Anna Lee. This person, the names, given name is Rivka. Last name is Toledano. This person has more names, has 3 last names. Given name, no, has 3. The given name is Marina and doesn't have middle name. This person has 3 last name, Morena, Bezena, Zanet. So this person will know middle name, you'll put direct. So this person will have no middle name, will have 3 last names and the first name. So I want to give you that one so that you can understand the names. You have to put correct gender. You have to put correct date of birth. Remember, date of birth in America, you start with month. So September, that means 09. If let's say you are born on 1st, you will be put in that way. Don't put just 1. That's why they put 2D. If there are numbers, they put 4 numbers for the year. City you are born. Let's say I was born in Kigoma. Remember, the city of birth or place of birth must be the place of birth on your passport. Example, place of birth, Melbourne. Place of birth, Lamport. Place of birth, Ilala. So it depends on your place of birth. Each person will have different place of birth. So put the place of birth which is written on the passport. Forget about what it is written in your baptism certificate or any other documentation. Focus on the passport. The names which are here, they are supposed to be the names which are on the passport. Don't tell me or ask me, my school certificate has 3 names or 2 names, but my passport has 3 names. Forget about the school. Here, just focus on the passport only. Then, the country where you are born. Remember, your eligibility to participate in the diversity visa lottery is based on the country of birth. But there are some people, let's say you are born in Nigeria, but if you are married and your wife or your husband is from a country which is eligible, you are allowed to apply and claim the eligibility from your spouse's country of birth. So the country of birth to be there, and by default, question number 6, I have to put this tick here. This tick is by default is there. Are you claiming the eligibility based on the country you were born? The answer is supposed to be yes, unless otherwise, if you're from Africa, you're supposed to be from Nigeria. That means you are claiming your eligibility based on your spouse. But the country of eligibility is your country of birth. So for that particular case, you don't need to choose any country here. It's supposed to be yes, unless otherwise you are from a country which is not eligible. Passport. You must use the passport. You don't have the passport, don't apply. If you don't have the passport, go and apply temporary passport. You are allowed to use a temporary passport like that one. But when you use a temporary passport, you see the number starts with a TP-AA, whatever number. Don't use the word TP. Just start letters and numbers without the TP, because TP is just abbreviation for temporary passport. So, if you don't have the passport, don't choose this exemption. Don't choose that one. Because if you choose this exemption, it means you have to choose either you are stateless or you are coming from a communist-controlled country and you are unable to get the passport, or you cannot be able to obtain the passport and you have letter from the Secretary of Homeland Security or the Secretary of State, they have given you the waiver. That is what I want to explain to you. If you choose this one and you win, you fail to establish that you are stateless or you are from communist. Don't bring any reason that because of the COVID, because of I don't have the money, my government is slow. They don't care all those reasons. If you don't have the passport, go and get temporary passport. If you don't even get temporary passport, don't waste your time to apply. People in Afghanistan can apply without a passport because it is justifiable that the Taliban government cannot give the passport to someone who wants to come to America, especially women. So that is even reason is there to the US government. They know that. So the name in the passport, Makulilo. I'm using my name and I'm using my information so that people cannot use other people's information. Passport, I'm using my old passport. This passport is already expired, and now I'm a US citizen, so I don't use this passport. So just to make sure that, and these are the old passports are no longer there. So the expiration date. So here, don't ask me the question. My passport is expiring in November. My passport is expiring next year. As long as the day you are applying applying the DV lottery, your passport is valid on that day, you are allowed to apply. Forget about when the passport expires. As long as the day you are filling the form, the application, the passport is still valid. So let's say it's expiring on 10/10/2027. I'm giving an example. The country of issue, you put your country. So even if, let's say, you're overseas, the passport was given by your embassy. Your embassy is your country. So still you have to put your country. So don't choose this option unless otherwise you're from Afghanistan. You put you are from communist country. But if you're born in African country, any of this doesn't apply, my friend. Then you put the photo. I'm going to put a wrong photo so that I cannot win. I don't want to put the information, then I win. I don't want to take someone's chances. So I use the photo, which is wrong. Remember, the photo you have to look straight. This photo I'm looking sideways. I'm using all the information which are incorrect so that I cannot win. Because if I win and someone doesn't win, I'll be feeling bad by taking someone's spot. This is the mailing address, the address where you're going to get the letter from the post office or where you live. This mailing address is not that important in the DV lottery. There is no any documentation will be sent to this mailing address. So the mailing address, whether you put a fake address, you put a wrong address, you put incorrect address, it doesn't matter. So in care of is when, first of all, it's optional. Don't fill anything. Unless otherwise you put in care of, your letters are passing through or going through Mr. A or School A or your office. So you put in care of St. Mary's Catholic Church or Santa Barbara University, whatever it is, you can put as care of. But to make it easier, you can put a P.O. box and then let's say you put the number. Put any number, even if it's a fake number. This address means nothing. But when you come to the email, that will be the important one. So you can put it this way, or you can put those, when you put like the address, 124, whatever, Jomo Kenyatta Street, house number 4. Jomo Kenyatta Street or apartment 4. You can put it that way. So you can put any address, it doesn't matter. Address 2, optional, leave it open. Don't fill anything. Address 3, on part 3, I mean, city or town, Dar es Salaam. What is the town? If you are city, let's say if someone is from Mombasa, what is the name of the county? Or if you are from Kisumu, the county is whatever Nyanza county or Western Province. You can put Western Province. But you can put the same name of the city, it's okay. The postal code or zip code. When you go to your WhatsApp number, how you saved your number, it will start with a plus and there will be a number. The number before the number, your phone number, that number is a zip code number or postal code number. But to avoid these kind of things, just put no postal code. Is not important. But for instance, someone from Tanzania or someone from Kenya is 254. From Tanzania, 255. From Uganda, 256. From Rwanda, 250. And it depends on each country. But make it easier for yourself. Put no zip code or no postal code. Simple like that. The country, put the country of the address. This, you might have this address different from where you live. It's okay. The country where you live today, I just put it wrong in Tanzania. Make sure you choose the correct country. Someone from Ghana, I was in the interview one day here, I was live here, made a mistake. Instead of Ghana, put Afghanistan or Iraq, wherever it was. They are going to deny the visa. There is another person, it was not the country where they live, but they put the country of eligibility, another country by mistake. So the country where you live today, by default, to be the country of the interview. So you can change when you're going to fill the visa form if you want to change. Phone number is optional. Don't write. But if you want to write your phone number, write it. It's not a big deal. Email is very, very important. So ebm@gmail.com. This is the fake email address. ebm@gmail.com. This is the fake email address. It's not my email address. So don't write on that email. People want to know, on the email, should I use capital letters or small letters? Or when I'm going to fill all this information, should I use capital or small letters? It is your choice. You can use capital or small letters. Myself, I prefer to use capital letters so that I can see clearly. Education. Primary school, it means you ended in primary school. High school, no degree, it means you went to high school, but you didn't finish high school. High school degree, it means you went up to high school and you finished 12th grade. Vocational means maybe you went to high school, you didn't finish high school, you went to the vocational trade school, you can put vocational. Some university courses, it means you are still a university student, or you went to the university, you haven't finished and you quit the school, you are still having some university courses. You don't have bachelor degree. University degree, that means you have completed bachelor degree and you have the bachelor's degree on hand. And then some graduate courses, it means currently you are a master's student. You haven't finished. You are still studying master's at the moment. Master's degree, it means you have completed your master's degree. Some doctoral courses, it means you are currently studying your doctorate or PhD. You haven't finished. Doctoral courses or doctoral studies or doctoral degree means you have finished your degree. Here, it doesn't matter what you choose. Choose the correct level of education. Even if you choose doctorate, it doesn't mean that you are going to be given, you are going to win just because of the education. So let's say someone has masters, you put a masters. Here they say you must have at least a minimum of minimum of high school diploma or 2 years of work experience. Forget about this one at the moment. When you win, this is when you are supposed to find out if your work experience meets the requirement of the diversity visa lottery. There is no any place on the DV lottery where you're supposed to choose the work experience. So for that particular case, if you don't win, don't say you didn't win because you don't have work experience, or you don't have high school, or you don't have master's degree. They're not going to choose based on that. The random selection doesn't care what level of education you have. Marital status. Unmarried, it means you are not married. Even if you plan to get married next week, you are still single. So you'll be unmarried. Don't put the person, oh, we are engaged, we are planning to get married. No, you are single, you are unmarried. Married, if your spouse is not a US citizen or green card holder, you choose that one. If your spouse is a US citizen or green card holder, you choose this one, but you don't need it to, there is no need to add what? There is no need to add the information of your spouse because they don't need to come to America. Or even when you come to the children, your children who are American citizen or green card holder, you can say you don't have those children because they don't need to get green card to come to America. Divorced, it means you are divorced. You have the legal documentation, you are divorced. Widowed, that means someone has passed away. Legally separated, you must have a legal separation. And despite of that one, you have to enter information of your spouse, even if by legal separation, your spouse will not be able to come. Legal separation is arrangement to when a couple remain married but live apart following the court order. If you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you to the DV lottery. You will not be penalized if you choose to enter the name or not to enter the name. So it's up to you. If you are not legally separated by the court, you must include your spouse information. Failure to list your spouse, you are going to be disqualified. If your spouse is a US citizen or permanent resident, do not add that person in the lottery application. So for this particular application, I'm saying I'm unmarried. And the number of children, I'm going to put 0. If I click next, because I've used it for a longer time, for over 20 minutes, it might not go through. Let's try. You see, it will say the page cannot be reached at this time. So we have to fill the new application quicker. I was going through so that I can be able to show you. US 9B. So when it happens like this way, the application hasn't been submitted yet. When the application is going to be submitted, it will appear like this way. It will say success. If you don't receive this one, you haven't submitted. It doesn't matter whether you applied on the first day. For instance, this application is done on Wednesday, the first day of application for the DV lottery at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. But it doesn't affect anything, whether you apply on the first day or the last day. So let me fill it quicker. The same information, but I'm going quicker. I'm not going to repeat the information to you. So I'm going to do quick application so that you can be able to see what I'm going to fill. Tanzania, country the same. We start with the last name, first name, and the middle. Passport number, as I said, I'm going to, I'm using a passport, passport which is no longer in use. Don't use this one because you'll be denied the visa. If you don't have the passport, don't apply. I'm using the wrong photos. I'm using everything the wrong so that you can be able to see. So postal code, I'm selecting no. Country, I'm using Tanzania. Put the address, any address, it doesn't matter. The country where you live today, I put Tanzania. That one is education, unmarried, children 0. Click continue. There is something I made one mistake somewhere. Okay, I didn't put in the district, Dar es Salaam, sorry. Okay, so you can decide to take the photo of this one if you want, just to have that record, to make sure that you put the correct information if you want. And then you click, you see it will turn to be green, click submit. This is the application. It will say success, like this way. Let me fill the application. Don't do more than one application. begin end. I'm going to fill down application. Is someone married with a child? I'm going to fill someone is with a child. I'm going to put whatever I don't want you to have any mistake. I'm doing faster so that I cannot have the problem. $27. The passport is no longer in use, so I don't want to use any person's information because some people misuse the information. So the photo, I'm going to put the wrong photo. Address, Dar es Salaam, district Dar es Salaam, no postal code, don't complicate. Tanzania, where you live today, I put Tanzania. No, that is not in my email. If you use that one, you have a trouble. Okay, master's degree or university degree, put it there. So you put married, the wife is not a permanent resident. Number of children, I put 1. Continue. So if you do this way, it will come to the next page. The previous section, it didn't come to the next page because it was the part where it doesn't need to show anything. The previous part, it was single, it goes directly to the first page. If you go as with the dependent, the derivative, it will go to the next page. So automatically it will come to the spouse because they say you are married. The spouse will be 1 spot. You cannot have more than 1 wives to add them here. So Makulilo, Marie, Anna. I'm going to put the same birthday. Just is not her birthday, but I don't want. Okay, the gender female. City you are born. Let me put it was born in Dar es Salaam. Was not born in Dar es Salaam. My wife. So I'm going to put just the wrong photo. I'm putting Claire's photo. This is my daughter. Then the child. I'm going to put Makulilo. So because I have 1 child, it will open 1. If I had 2 children, it will come 1 child. Then after that will be second child. If I have 3 children, it will come that way. You see, when I'm going to put the information of my spouse or the information of the child, there is no adding of the photo. I mean, the passport information. So there is no additional of, yeah. So let me give you an example. The child must be your biological child or legal adopted child or stepchild, and must be under the age of 21 and married. What if you put the child who is, so if you have 3 children and 2 are under the age of 21, and 1 is above the age of 21, is 21 and above. So the child who is 21 is not counting, so we say you have 2 children. If you have 3 children, 1 is married, even if he's under the age of 21, you don't add that child. So let's say you put 1995, this child, see what will happen. It will say, it will deny that the child is above the age required to be in the application. So let me go and put Benedict's photo. I just want to show you what will happen. Continue. It will say there is an error. Scroll down to the message. Why? Because this child is, I put 1995. The child is supposed to be here, is at least between this time, depending on the math, is supposed to be born around from 2000 to 2021. So if that is the case, the photo were good, you go next. So it will show the first page, and it will show the information about your child, and the derivatives will be able to show there. Take a picture if you want, and then again you submit. It will give that way. If this happens, remember, this is the confirmation number. Take a picture. Don't write. You see, for instance, if you write, this one is I, but you might put a mistake and write as 1 instead of I. So take a picture of this one and use on the application results next year. Don't go and try, because there are some people are excited. They think that if they apply today, they go to check status here. They want to put, let me show here. They see, click here to check the results for 2023, 2024. If you click here, let me show you, you will not be able to see 2023. It doesn't accept 2023. It accepts 2022 at the moment. So don't go there and start checking the results by putting this one. Take a photo of this one and send it to your own email. Save it in a very area which is supposed to be safe. Don't lose it. And that is how you successfully apply for the diversity visa lottery application. If you have any question, let me know. But before you continue, please do me one favor. Go and subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel. You will see so many videos. I have answered all the questions you might think. Every question you might come here with, I've answered it here. So all of you, is up to you to go ahead and apply for the diversity visa lottery. So what I needed to do, just go and subscribe, and I wish you all the best in the DV lottery application, and probably you will be the winner, and keep us updated. Once you win, that is your happiness. Share this video with another person so that they can apply without any particular problem. So this is how you go about it, and this is how you apply. Again, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo from EBM Scholars, talking to you from my home office here in Belton, Missouri, United